Hi guys, it's Olga and today I'm going to talk to you about my baby. No, I didn't secretly get pregnant, don't worry, but today I will tell you more about Fablunch containers that I created and that I consider my babies. You might have seen the containers in some of my videos, and recently I've been getting a lot of emails asking me why don't I make a video telling you more about the features of the containers, different ways of how I use them, and what makes them special. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. If you feel completely lost and have no idea what I'm talking about, this is a Fablunch container that I created and designed myself. Back in February, I posted a video called For a Better Lunch. It's a story of how and why I created the lunch containers, and it also explains the concept of For a Better Lunch, which is giving hope for a better lunch and a better tomorrow to kids around the world. If you haven't seen that video, I'll have it for you in the description down below in case you want to check it out. But today I will tell you more about the containers themselves and tell you why I was looking for this type of container for many years. One of the most important features I wanted the containers to have is safety. I spent months researching different options before I actually decided on silicone. And you might think that's an odd choice, but it turns out that food-grade silicone is one of the best materials you can use for containers that come in contact with food. And that's because silicone can be used both in hot and cold temperatures without it changing its properties, meaning that you don't have to worry about dangerous chemicals leaching into your food. So because of its excellent resistance to both hot and cold temperatures, you can safely use silicone containers in your oven, your microwave, your dishwasher, your freezer, or refrigerator. Just the other day, I baked a banana bread in one of the containers and it turned out really good. I also like using the containers to store leftovers in the freezer. Silicone is also very durable, which is important to me. If I buy a container, I expect it to last for years, not just a couple of weeks. I wouldn't necessarily try and stab the container with a knife. You can't damage it with a sharp object, but if you drop it, it will be fine, and if you take good care of it, it will last you for many years. Another huge issue I was really concerned about was making the containers leak-proof. I went through dozens of designs to find the exact shape that I liked, so that the container doesn't only look good, but also does what it's supposed to: keep your food inside and protect it from getting all over the place. Speaking of the shape, there's actually something very unique about Fablunch containers, and if you've seen my other videos, you might already know what it is. And that is that you can collapse it. So you can take off the lid and collapse your container, and it becomes half of its original size, like this. So after you're done your lunch, you can collapse your container and put it in your bag. I find it really useful and practical, and it's a great way to save shelf space in the kitchen. If you look at the lid, you'll see that there is flour in the middle, and apart from being cute, it also serves as a plunger. So you can lift the flour to let the air inside of the container, or you can press it down to make the container airtight. So if you're ever storing uncut vegetables in the container and you want the air to circulate, you can lift this little flour, or if you're using the container in a microwave, you can remove the lid completely, or you can vent the lid by lifting the flour. This is important because you don't want your container to explode in the microwave. A cool trick for you, if you ever want to make steamed vegetables for lunch, you can actually pack fresh vegetables inside of your container. Then when you get to work, add a little bit of water, put the lid on, lift the flour, and then put it in the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes to cook. Then you get freshly made steamed vegetables. When you pack your lunch in the container, make sure that the lid is tightly closed all around simply by pressing, and then press down on the flour to make sure that your container is airtight and leak-proof. When I was designing the containers, I decided they were going to come in 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. The small container fits 2 cups of food, the medium container fits about 3 cups of food, and the large container fits over 5 cups of food. This is the small container. I use it mostly to pack fruits and berries, or different snacks such as grapes, blueberries, raspberries. It works really well for that. Or for small meals such as potato salad that I showed you recently. I don't really eat a lot of it at once, so it's perfect for this type of dishes. This is the medium container, and I'd say it's probably the most versatile. I use it to pack pasta, salad bowls, Buddha balls, leftovers. It's just very convenient for those things. This is the large container, and I'd say I was probably the most excited about this one. If you've seen some of my videos, you might know that I am a big lover of huge green salads, and before I had my Fablunch containers, I could never bring a big salad with me for lunch just because none of my containers were big enough. So this one is perfect. It fits over 5 cups of food, so it's perfect for the salads that have a lot of leafy greens. As you know, they take a lot of space. Or if you have a very big appetite, this will also work great for you. So to compare, this is the small container and this is the medium container. So this is the medium container, this is the large container. Here I'm gonna stack them on top of each other so you can see the difference. There you go. I chose 4 different colors for the containers. So this is the teal color. It's my favorite color. It's also the color for Fablunch. There is purple, red, and yellow. I don't know if the camera lens translates the color as well, but if you want to see more pictures, you can go on my website fablunch.com so you can see how the containers look like in real life. But probably the most unique feature and the one that is most important to me is the ability to give back. For every container purchased, 10 school-free lunches will be served to children in need. I came up with the idea for a better lunch concept because I was looking for a continuous way of making a difference. I've volunteered in the past and made donations, but it never felt like enough. So after years of frustration from using a ton of different lunch containers that could never perform as well as I wanted them to, I decided to create my own. And I also decided that I want them to make a difference. I want them to be a good product that will guarantee for lunches for kids. To be honest, before creating Fablunch containers, I had tons and tons of plastic lunch containers at home. And the day I started questioning the safety of those containers was when I took one of them out of the dishwasher and there was a hole in it. So it actually melted while it was being washed. I freaked out. I went online and I discovered that even BPA-free plastic lunch containers may still leach dangerous chemicals into your food when they're heated. I became completely paranoid and I stopped using all the plastic containers that I had. I tried using glass containers, but they were way too heavy to carry with you on the go, and they still had plastic lids. Then I bought a stainless steel container and I stopped using it after 2 weeks because it wasn't leak proof, and I had an accident where the dressing from my salad just leaked everywhere and my bag was ruined. It was embarrassing. This is why it was so important for me to create a high quality container that was completely safe to use for food, will not leak or break easily, and was also convenient to carry with you on the go. I remember receiving the final prototype of the containers and it was such a surreal feeling. And over the past few months, I've received so much feedback from people who already purchased the containers, and it makes me so happy knowing that you enjoy using them and that together we were able to help so many kids. So I really hope that you found this video useful and it answered whatever questions you might have had about Fablunch containers. If you have more questions, you can ask me in the comment section down below, or you can go on my website at fablunch.com to learn more about the containers and for a better lunch concept. Also, just a tiny little announcement, it was actually my birthday a few days ago, so for the next 48 hours, if you enter the code BIRTHDAY on my website, you will receive 15% off for all of the containers. This is just something small to celebrate my birthday. And I've got a question for you, the most important one. Should I make a cake recipe? Because I actually ended up making a cheesecake for my birthday, and knowing me, of course it was a healthy cheesecake. It was a raw vegan cheesecake actually, but it was incredible. It tasted so good. I'm not sure if you guys want to see a cake recipe, but if you do, let me know in the comment section down below and I will make sure to film it for you. I love you very much. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I will see you in my next video. Bye.